ranch. It was during the Depression, and having fresh meat wasn't a big thing for us, but for a lot of people, they simply didn't have the money for it. And there's a lot of efforts made to create or make a fake meat, or something that would taste and like meat and fill the bill for it. I know that it was a popular thing then, and come on up to World War II, they had rationing on beef, or in fact all meats were rationed, and you had to have coupons to buy a pound of hamburger meat or something like that. And again, they were trying to create a fake meat, or a meat substitute that would satisfy people and fill the need and be available. So I've done some research on that, and read a couple, three cookbooks of that period, and I think I'm going to try to make some fake ground beef and maybe some fake sausage on this video. So if you think it's interesting, stick with me. Go down to the store and pick up a package of ground beef and turn it over, and the price tag on it is $10, and it just seemed like a heck of a price to pay for enough meat to make 3 or 4 hamburgers or something like that. And so this is going to be my project. The main ingredient that seemed to be used in all the fake meat recipes that I could find from the 20s and 30s and along in there was Quaker oats. They have a lot of the proteins and everything like that that you need, but I'll start with that. So I'm going to cook it using beef stock to cook this, like you do in fixing rice and things like that, to give it the flavor, to initial flavor. The cooking instructions say for 2 servings you want a cup of oats, 1 3/4 cups of water or milk, and 1/8 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to start with that mixture. So first thing I need is a cup of oats. See how that lacks just a little bit there. And in order to get the seasoning started, I'm going to add some dried minced onion to it. Now, I'm not measuring anything here, just sort of going from experience and what works on other things. May have to regroup and add some to it later, but get this garlic open here. I'll mix that together. And next will be 1.5 cups of beef stock. I bought a box of it up at Walmart for 98 cents. It's 48 ounces. That's about 4 cups there. That's quite a lot. And open this and break the foil seal on it. That's the thing about this boxed beef broth here. You can make your own using bouillon cubes or mix like Weiler's or something like that, but this is so easy and so cheap, and it keeps well, and it does need to be refrigerated once it's open, though, it says. So now I want a cup and a half of this. Get it around here where I can read. That's a cup and a half right there. And that goes into a pan here to bring to a boil. Okay, it's boiling, so we'll salt the liquid here to begin with and pour in the dry oats. Now, I remember as a kid, one of the rules that you had cooking oats, you had to stand and stir it for the first 5 minutes to keep them from lumping. So I'm not going to make you watch 5 minutes of me stirring oats, so I'll turn the camera off at this point and come back. Well, I've been stirring these for 5 minutes now, and they're taking up most of the liquid, and so I guess it's a good time to finish cooking on their own. But I need to add some fat at this point. I was going to use olive oil, but I remembered my jar of bacon drippings. I would use lard, except I don't have any, but I'm going to stir that bacon grease in there. That was a good, close to a tablespoon of bacon grease. That'll make it a tablespoon of it. Yeah, that's picking up real well there. So what I'm going to do now is put a lid on that and turn the burner off and let it rest for about 15 minutes. Okay, the first test is going to be a hamburger patty. Not a big one, just a small one for test. Let's get it hot here. A little oil in it. And I'll get some of this up into a ball. Okay, it's getting brown around the edges. Looks like it needs to be turned. We'll see how that works out. Okay, that looks good done on that side. Well, it hung together a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, this looks like it's holding together pretty well. It's not meat, but it'd be a pretty good side dish in place of meat. Okay, I'm going to start making my sausage seasoning. paprika, about level teaspoon of that, cumin, about a teaspoon of that, black pepper, about a teaspoon of that, and a teaspoon of sage. Whoops, I haven't gotten this one open yet. There it is. And about a teaspoon of that. About equal amounts of all those 4 spices. Meantime, I've got to check this. And it's, oh yeah, it's sticking together a whole lot better than it did. And I'll mix these spices together. Just standard country sausage seasoning. It's nothing special. Sprinkle about half of that on there. Fold it in. The thing about it, you can see the seasoning in there has changed the color of the dough mixture here as it gets combined with it. Okay, I'm going to take up the hamburger patty here. And make a sausage patty. Well, I'll turn my sausage flavored patty over, and it's sticking together very well. About like sausage would. And I'll cook the other side. Well, I'm going to check out my sausage flavored one. By the way, hon, how was that imitation meat that I brought to you?
Well, it's very good, even though I'm not a meat eater. I would eat it if I need to, a hamburger.
That's exactly what I was wanting to know. I'm going to try this sausage flavored one. See if it needs any more seasoning. just a little more sage, and then I'm going to put it up and keep it till in the morning to make my breakfast with it. Okay, this is the next morning. I'm going to make me a sausage biscuit with egg using this, and first thing I've got to do is make a sausage patty. That looks like about the right amount. So to make a patty now, I'm going to use one of my egg rings here. Put that in there. That looks like a little too much. Another plastic over it. And press it to get rid of all the air. Got the pan on getting warm here. And there is my sausage patty. I'll remove extra here that's squeezed out. And now I'll hit this with some cooking spray. And take my patty over here and put it in there. Round up this edge here and let that start cooking there. Now let's check it and see if it's loose on the bottom, so evidently it's cooked. So what I'll do is spray the back of my spatula here so it doesn't stick. And turn it. Oh yes, it's nice and brown on that side there. That's the thing about this. I could have used another egg in there, I guess, to make it bind a little better. And I'll cook that side of it. Okay, yep, it's done. I have my bottom of my bun over here with the cheese on it. Pick this up and put it on top of the cheese. And now I'm going to cook my egg. And I like my eggs Tex-Mex style. That's with crushed corn chips. The name of it is migas, which means crumbs. Throw some of those in there. Break the egg in there and break the yellow on it so it'll spread around. Tilt it to carry it around. And now my old ice cube trick. Throw an ice cube in beside it and put the lid on it. And I'm going to turn the burner down just a little bit. Check my egg to be sure that it's done. Check, yeah, it doesn't wiggle, so it's done. Turn the burner off. Lift the ring off of it. And transfer that over here on top of my mystery meat patty. Salt and pepper this. You always salt your eggs after you cook them. If you try to salt them first, it makes them tough. And my finishing touch is I make my own spicy dressing. It's half and half ketchup and mayonnaise and a good shot of sriracha sauce in there, and just shake it up, and it makes kind of a pinkish or orange colored sauce. That's delicious. Now I'm going to take this to the table and try it out. And here it is on the table. Looks just like the ones where I buy the patty and all that. Now let's see how it tastes. Okay. Check this out. I can't tell any real difference in this and real sausage. Get my cheese gathered up there. So that concludes my test recipe of the fake meat or mystery meat, whatever you want to call it. There's not an ounce of meat in the whole thing. It's made basically with oats as the basis of it, with seasoning. I do think I would add another half teaspoon of sage to the mixture when I'm making it, and another egg to make it bind a little better. It's staying together, but it acted like it wanted to fall apart. So if you're interested in a no meat meal, here you are. God bless America. God bless Texas. Thanks for watching my videos, and where else except Texas.